It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Glad to have you with us. We're broadcasting live from Boston, the home of the Celtics. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. And, guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from the chosen one?
Well, he's someone who can just demolish you on the glass, and that's really his goal when he goes into the game. He is looking to dominate the paint.
And the other thing about him, his hands, a terrific asset of his. Very quick and strong. As a ball handler, he's the last guy you want defending you.
And, of course, Jordan Crawford. He won't be an option for them.
Well, Kevin, no question it's a risky deal to make because you can sometimes sour your fans when you do that. I mean, trading one of the most popular players on the team is always high risk, no matter what you get in return.
Yeah, Clark, it's a trade that needs to pay dividends quickly because there's already some second guessing among the home fans. But if he doesn't play well and if the team struggles, now all of a sudden you've got even more ammunition for a backlash. You know, one area that Rajon Rondo has struggled during his career is his free throw shooting. Just a little over 60% for his career. And that's not the type of percentage you're used to seeing from the point guard position.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. It's rebounded by the chosen one.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Stevie touched on Rondo's free throw percentage because of his slasher style of play. Clark getting inside. He does get to the line quite a bit.
And that's why getting that percentage up, Kevin, would definitely make a difference for him. You know, you don't think about it, but a guy raises his free throw percentage 5, 6, 7 percentage points over the course of a season. That's a point or two a game that could make a huge difference.
Beverly, the pass to Parsons. The chosen one throws down the alley-oop slam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. He said their main focus will be trying to contain Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, "We all know that Rondo's capable of taking over games single-handedly. So, guys," he said, "they've got to match his energy and try to keep him out of the paint."
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Humphries, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. Bogans kicks to Green. And it's Omer Ashik with the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Here's Preston. And that one's good.
Beautiful finger roll to cap head drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
Harden outside. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Beverly, no good on the 3. Celtics trail by 4. Bayless the pass to Pressing. Rejected by Parsons. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. .36 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. And the shot is good.
I'll tell you what, post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Here's Kanan. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Covington, shot clock at 6. Nailed from three-point land. It's stolen. Pass to Canaan. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Hamilton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And that does it for the first quarter.
Coming up.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Houston.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break hoops, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Harden. Omer Ashik is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's the chosen one, and it's Beverly in at the point. Pass to the chosen one. A three ball. The shot is off, and it's Boston the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Well, they split their season series a year ago, and remember, each team was battling for a playoff spot.
Harden's shot is good.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Here is Bayless, defended by Beverly. Now Bayless. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Clock at 6. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. There's a lot of mid-conference teams, Clark, that get together and play some real tough, close, exciting games.
And that's not to be unexpected. I mean, they're evenly matched. And honestly, that's more fun to watch than a team full of superstars rolling over somebody and drumming them.
So for the Rockets. Here's Sullinger, trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Phoenix.
Defensive foul. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Boston with the ball. It's a 13-point game. Humphries kicks to Sullinger, defended by Monty Eunice. From 11 feet away, Sullinger no good. For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the Miami Heat.
It was an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it was on the road. No question, by the way, that it was their offense that carried them.
Steve, I love the way they attacked at every opportunity. They never were on their heels, and eventually that allowed them to pull away.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
Now here's Green. 11 points last game. And that one's good.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And something else that comes to mind with him is how many guys he's given the poster treatment to. I mean, flying high to power one down while the defender stands there looking for mercy.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. 1:43 left in the second quarter. The basket by Canaan.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Tell you what, you've got to give the Houston Rockets a lot of credit, guys. After losing their franchise players to injury and age back in '09, they've managed to rebuild this team without tanking for lottery picks or going all the way to the bottom of the heap. Very impressive.
Here's Garcia after Jared Sullinger's bucket. Canaan, the pass to Powell. That's tipped. Humphries with the steal. All alone. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
Boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was a stylish finish to cap it off, too.
And for the Rockets, they've been very shrewd acquiring undervalued players, trading for draft picks. Steve, all in the hopes of swinging big trades for superstars.
Well, and then when they acquired James Harden, they finally got a cornerstone player. Now all of a sudden you throw in Dwight Howard, you've got another foundational player. So all these years of tinkering and trading and moving picks and moving players, it's finally paid off, and now he's got the team he was hoping to put together.
Powell, that's good. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Bogans dishes to Rondo. That's blocked by Cannon. And Garcia kicks to Cannon. Hamilton with a screen on Rondo. Here's Cannon. And so we conclude the first half. Rocket.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The Pelicans are in the lead.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Well, I love his tenacity defensively. The way he plays the net into the floor, it's been a major factor here in this game.
And as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance and uncomfortable.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Boston, Jeff Green and Chris Humphries at the forwards. Bogans is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Sullinger in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Boston with the rebound. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, and you look at the stat sheet from that night, I mean, the turnovers were just glaring. No way you're going to give up the ball as many times as they did and still win.
Well, not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense and force even more turnovers on the other side. That's the only way you're really going to be able to counteract giving the ball to the opponent at your end.
And here's Rondo. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Green kicks to Sullinger. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Sullinger's got 8 points.
Great interplay there between those two teammates. You know, we saw the promise last season, Jared Sullinger, a wide body with a really high basketball IQ. Just very skilled as a passer and a low-post scorer.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And for Jared Sullinger, he may have slipped in the craft, but a great situation, Clark, a lot of people feel for him in Boston.
Could not agree more. I tell you, playing alongside Kevin Garnett, played for Doc Rivers in his first year. I mean, you're going to learn a lot from those two about how to play in the NBA. I think he's ahead of his years as far as his basketball acumen. He's what we call an old head. Really has a nice understanding of the game.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Well, you got to help out the team whenever you can, and this group of shooting guards have helped out on the glass for their respective teams this year. And you look at the chosen one, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
And a two-guard who's as prolific as a rebounder as he is, that's a rare breed in the NBA. I mean, it defies conventional wisdom that he's able to pull down as many boards as he does from that position.
Well, I start with his athleticism, Steve. I mean, that makes it possible. And he's got a nice feel for playing in the post as well. He doesn't look out of place down there like a lot of shooting guards do.
Now here's Rondo. Harden missing his last shot. Tries again. It's rebounded by Houston. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
The real alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Man, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
Kicks it to Bogans. Back to Rondo. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now.
You know, it always amazes me, guys, when you look at Rondo, who really doesn't have a reliable jump shot. And yet, because of his quickness, he's still able to get into the heart of the defense and get shots at the rim in the paint. I mean, you just can't do that if teams are giving you space in the NBA unless you have the elite speed of a Rajon Rondo.
Houston making a switch here. He's off on the second. Houston leading by 20. It's stolen by Green. number 38. Shot's good.
You know, with that much of a height advantage, that's exactly what you should do. Take it straight to the rim.
Houston's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Well, back to Rondo, Steve. How is he able to get in the lane like that, even with the defense sagging back and knowing he's going to do what he's going to do?
You know, he's incredibly clever with the ball. He's quick. He's savvy. And, you know, sometimes when you sag back, it actually gives the offensive player room to accelerate. And so Rondo kind of goes right at you and then gives you that little Ginobili sidestep and gets to the rim.
Fun player to watch, isn't it?
Sure is. You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
And there's the pass to Canaan. He kicks it to Garcia. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Some changes for Boston. Bayless comes in for Jeff Green. And Pressey subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And finished off by Bass.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Rockets leading by 17. Feeds to Moniunas. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Moniunas has got his second bucket of the night.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get it. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Canaan. Leads him in there. And the jam by Moniunas.
Well, I'll bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
And here at the end of the third.
Tune in next.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Parsons playing at power forward with Dwight Howard in the middle. Harden out there with the chosen one. Outside, Green takes the three. Good on the shot.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on. When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for the chosen one. He's got 14 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too. He is in complete control of this game.
Yeah, it's just going his way. Everything falling into place.
Boston making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for Houston. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road.
Boy, a lot of fans around the league really focused on that matchup for Chicago.
It's Harden with the drive. Misses from close range. Celtics trail by 19. Knocked loose. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Boston Celtics. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score in that Timberwolves game. That should be a close game.
Omer Asik, he's checked in for Houston. Here's Olynyk. Comes up empty down in the post. Houston leading by 19. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Bogans. The drive by Green. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Asik. Dishes to Harden. Launches a 3. That one goes. Count it.
And I'm just impressed with his effort, guys, because we know he's hurting out there.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Well, you know, prior to last season, there were several teams that considered trading for James Harden. There was a question, though, over how much they were prepared to give up. And some question if he could be the first option on the team. That question's been answered.
Moniunas is checked in for Chandler Parsons. fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Now here's Rondo, defended by Beverly. In the season before last, Harden won 6th Man of the Year. But guys, do you think that because Harden came off the bench in Oklahoma City, that some underestimated his talent?
Well, I don't think anybody underestimated his talent. I think it was pretty apparent what he could do. But, you know, scouts have watched him ever since his Arizona State days. You could see he had star potential, and now he's getting the opportunity in Houston to fulfill that.
Gets the bucket.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Rondo kicks to Bogans. Back to Rondo. Right side, Rondo. The feed to Bogans. There's the three. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
That's a battle they haven't been winning today, guys. Their work on the glass has to improve.
And that's not the only thing that's gone against them.
Harden draws the double. Harden right side. And Rondo sends it back. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And a new group in for the Celtics. Brandon Bass is checked in for Jared Sullinger. Wallace comes in for Jeff Green. Johnson, he's checked in for Keith Bogans. And Pressey subbed in for Rajon Rondo. They need this one. And he overshot that one, missing. Houston's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. He dishes it to Harden. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Tipped. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Celtics ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
1:09 left in the game. And it's Johnson penetrating. And that is good.
You know, when he scores buckets like that, Kevin, it just shows that he can bring some of that X factor for his team.
Rockets leading by 22. Harden kicks to Beverly. Back to Harden. The good-looking shot from the wing.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Free throw good. Pressing. Houston making a switch here. Both shots good from the stripe. The Rockets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Good.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
41 seconds left in the fourth. It's Harden with the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup.
This is going to be a great game for them. No win on the road comes easy in the NBA. Nice performance.
Any player loves sending his own fans home happy. He loves even more sending opposing fans home miserable.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Foolish play. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there while he's playing.
Well, the lead's only going to get bigger unless they shore up those mistakes. They've got to tighten things up here.
Here's the chosen one. The rebound by the Celtics. Pass to Pressey. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
First one falls for him. Pressey hits them both. Harden with it. They set the screen. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.